Report story. Narration. Luffy and Nami had shared a truly intimate moment, something that they both knew was going to change their relationship forever. What they did not know, however, was that there were three figures watching them from the woods. Luffy's paw. Luffy gulped as he continued to stand motionless and watch Nami as she sat on the log, her head buried in her hands. He didn't know what to say, but he was getting tired of all the awkward moments they had gone through ever since they landed here. He opened his mouth to say something, but something suddenly rustled in the shrubbery nearby. This caught both Luffy's and Nami's attention, and his navigator looked up from her palms and then looked at Luffy nervously. Did you hear that? It's probably just an animal, Luffy replied, desperately trying to think of something else to say to lift the awkwardness out of the air. His stomach began to churn, and at first he thought it was just anxiety. The churning turned into some other kind of pain that Luffy didn't think he'd ever experienced before. He didn't know what he looked like, but for some reason Nami looked at him again with even more worried face. Luffy, what's wrong? I don't know, he said groggily. I feel like the life's getting sucked out of me. What's happening to me? Luffy thought as his eyes got heavier and heavier. Nami's paw. Nami stood up from the log and gasped as her captain abruptly fell to the ground, unconscious. She ran over to him and knelt by his side. Luffy. She timidly grabbed his shoulders and shook him slightly. Luffy. There was no response. His breathing was shallow. Your friend's in trouble, remarked an unknown voice. Nami turned around and jumped back in fright as three women stood before her, seemingly coming out of nowhere. She should be treated immediately, said the tallest and curviest of the three. Falling unconscious so suddenly like that can only mean one thing, said the roundest with a deep voice. Body mushrooms, said the blonde. She was the only one comparable Nami, yet she still had almost half a foot over the navigator. Nami could only blink in response, still trying to figure out just where these three came from. Furthermore, Nami thought, why did the tall one just refer to Luffy as a girl? Nami decided to ignore that for the time being, and the three women walked over to Luffy and picked him up. We'll bring her back to the village, said the blonde. She'll be treated there. Come with us. Where stories live. Discover now.